And now let's talk about the new crisis on the block, the energy crisis that is smacking Europe squarely in the face right now, and that we have seen in our own country, in Texas, and currently in California and Puerto Rico. All right, guys, I'm going to keep this quick because who can stand it anymore? I don't want your heads to explode. But this article that we're going to look at is from the FP Insider. This is an analytics-based company who sells data to people like myself and others who want to be in the know of what's happening and have the most current and relevant information. So guys, if you have not heard about this, then I encourage you to pay attention. And if you're able to take the necessary action to protect yourself from what is already here in California and Puerto Rico and is probably coming to many other states throughout this great country of ours, and think about investing in solar energy. This is the big push from the administration right now. It is supposedly to save the planet. I don't know if I agree with that, but there's definitely, in my opinion, some case to be made for global warming. And because they are pushing this agenda so hard, I think it is a very, very important time to look at solar energy. I know for myself, I just received a proposal. I had actually spoken with this rep that I have referred to clients of mine and I've had great success with last year. And then I ended up selling my house, so I never put solar on my home. But right now, I think it is really important because I do have serious concerns that energy shortages are going to come our way. And I think it is probably a very wise decision, again, if you can, to lock in lower prices with solar energy. So that being said, let's look at this article. Is Europe's energy crisis a preview of what's coming to America? So the article goes on to say that Europe has itself to blame for shortages and spiking costs. So guys, we're not talking about just spiking costs, because maybe if you're financially comfortable, you're saying I'm not worried about it, but this is impacting everybody because they also have themselves to blame for shortages. And it says that Washington is copying many of their policies. The article goes on to say that the energy crisis is affecting every part of the globe, and it is causing shortages, it is causing spiking energy costs, and that it is also affecting the U.S. and California, as California is struggling to keep their energy grid stable. The article goes on to say that this is coming as a shock to many because this is the first energy crisis we've had in decades. But it is something to be aware of. It's very impactful because it is going to send reverberations through every part of our economy, because obviously we have to pay for our heating, our cooking, and then energy costs go into everything that we buy and everything we do. Of course, all our goods and products. And when we drive, we are using energy. So it is going to affect every aspect of our lives. And of course, it is going to affect the poorest among us. And the article also says that this needs to be treated as a national security issue, which I somewhat agree with that. Obviously, if people don't have electricity, that could be very bad. Now, they go on to say that the energy shortages and price increases have caused protests in Spain, gasoline shortages in Britain, and natural gas shortages across the European continent as winter is approaching. So guys, now I'm going to go a little bit more off the script and just kind of paraphrase what I took away from the article, even though I will link it in the description below so you can read it yourself, just in case I take some liberties here. And while you're checking out that article, go ahead and smash that like button. But basically what the article says is that because they are trying to move to renewables so quickly, that they are cutting off the energy supply essentially too fast before they can actually build these other systems out, and they are becoming dependent on Russia for their energy. And of course, Russia, we know, is not the most accommodating actor out there, so they're potentially gouging because they know they can. and it is causing a major, major mess in Europe. And I personally do think probably going to renewable energy is a good idea. I just think we're doing it way, way too fast. And I do question, is it on purpose to cause panic and disruption, or is it actually incompetence? You tell me what you think. Leave it in the comments below. Or I'll give you a third option, that the world is in such an environmental crisis that we need to go to renewables no matter what, no matter how many people suffer, no matter how many lives are disrupted, no matter what happens with civil unrest. It has to happen right now. I think that's kind of crazy myself, but as you know, President Biden, he stopped the Keystone Pipeline almost immediately when he came into office. I'm pretty sure it was during his first 100 days. And he stopped many pipelines that were going into effect that would have brought us more inexpensive and reliable energy. So almost certainly that is going to drive energy costs skyward, just like we're seeing in Europe. And as I said, we're already seeing it in this country, in Puerto Rico, and in California. So lastly, the article concludes that the United States should take a really close look at what Europe is doing and maybe not duplicate it. But again, I believe the climate agenda is so strong that it is going to happen unless the people of the United States come together and decide they don't want that to happen, because it seems like no one is speaking out and there's such apathy out there. I'm just going to leave you with the closing thought that you probably want to invest in renewable energy for yourself if you can afford to. Like I said, I personally am looking at a proposal. I'm pretty confident I'm going ahead and move forward with that. It just seems like it's, again, good for the planet anyway, but it definitely seems like it's going to be forced on us one way or another, and at least protect myself from something that I'm very concerned is coming to a city near you very soon. So guys, I'm going to wrap it up there. Thanks for watching. I'm Ken Blumberg, your All-American Realtor, bringing you truth, honesty, hard work, and all-American know-how. And as I said, I have a good solar rep. If you'd like to get their information, if you'd like to sit down with somebody, let me know. I want to help you. I don't want you to be left out in the cold. So reach out to me so I can provide you his information. And of course, if you have any real estate needs, let me know. This is what I do. This is what I love. I love helping people. I know the market extremely well. I've been in the business for a long time. I have many connections out there, and I can get the job done for you. So click that like button, subscribe to the channel. Please, please, I want to hear from you. Leave your comments down below, and I will see you on the next video.